we've just been at the evacuation centre and now have had a beautiful family friend offer a place for us to stay tonight. So we're very fortunate that we have loved ones who care about us a lot.
Yeah, how, after all you've been through, how good is it to be at that point this evening and have that offer?
I mean, it's really great to be dry and to not have the stress of little Zaffy who is 2 years old, and we were just so worried about him.
Yeah. So take us through what happened. When did you realise the water was coming up pretty dramatically?
So we didn't think it was going to be like that at all, but we had the evacuation warning, but the water was already over the road by that point, so there was nowhere for us to go. We kind of just buckled down. Then what happened was it got to about 10 p.m. We'd had done everything we thought we could, and we'd put everything up higher downstairs and things like that. And we thought, you know what, we're better off to have a nap now and wake up in a couple of hours just to check how the levels are going. We'd had sandbagged and tarped the whole outside of the house. And I woke up to banging, which was actually the furniture moving around downstairs. So we went down there and it was already gushing through and going all through the house.
Wow. And it wasn't as if the water was kind of still and just floating around it, there was actually a bit of speed to it, was there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And so that at that point, how high was the water? Probably it was close to the top of your low.
It was probably just below our knees at that point. It's risen a lot more than that in a really short space of time. We were checking it, and each deck was going up. So by the time we left, it was probably only 500, 600 mil off reaching the top level.
Yeah. And so what was it like in terms of trying to get through to get help?
We were trying from about 1 a.m. So after we'd woken up at about 12:30, gone down, tried to move some more things, we were phoning SES services and we were told they're coming. We were told the choppers, we're trying to get choppers, we're trying to get boats, we're trying to get everything. Every hour or so we were phoning and they were saying the same thing, we're having people come. It got to morning time and daylight and we still hadn't been rescued and the water was rising. So we're so fortunate that the media has reached out, because we don't actually think that anything would have happened if it wasn't for that. It was basically as soon as that happened, the choppers started coming and so did the SES boats.
And what was it like waking to daylight and seeing the expanse of water?
It was absolutely crazy to see, and we were so worried about our neighbours as well. Fortunate that we both have 2-story homes and that other neighbours from surrounding were all congregating together, but it was a really crazy sight to see how far and wide and how strong the water was gushing all through, just a river all around us, 360.
And I don't know if you can see what we're putting to air, but we just showed vision of you being rescued. I don't know if you've seen that. If you have, what's it like for you to kind of be seeing yourself going through that process?
Surreal, I suppose. I never ever thought that I would be in that situation. Yeah, back in 2021 when we had the floods, there was only about 3 bricks high in the house on the bottom level. So we'd only lifted things up, on top of tables, on the pool table and things like that. So to have it, 1.5 metre, even higher in the house was absolutely just insane.
Yeah, and so you were seriously concerned for your lives.
Yeah. But when we weren't getting rescued and the time was ticking, absolutely, the water kept rising.
And how long have you lived in that Taree area?
I've lived in Taree my whole life, but not in Glenthorne. Yeah. Sam has lived in that house previously when he was younger, and he's recently gone back in last year. So.
And have you ever seen anything like this?
Never, ever, ever. And I have friends and co-workers who live all in Glenthorne as well. There's actually 4 of us who live all in that area, and he's been there, and his wife's family's been in Glenthorne her whole life, and their house has never had water through it before in all of the floods, including the 1929 floods, and there was water running through their house. So
yeah, so you're pretty stunned to see how fast this all happened.
Absolutely.
And I understand there are a few pups out. Who else was in the house, and what animals, and how many? Because we've only seen the shots of you being rescued from there, but how many people did the chopper take from there?
So there was just Jordan, myself, and Zaffy, so the 2-year-old, were taken by a chopper, and Sam stayed back to be with the dogs so that he could go in the boat, because the chopper wasn't able to take the dogs. It was not safe for them to do that. And so the neighbours also had a couple of people choppered as well. And the neighbours, they had people with SES boats come and get the rest of them, because there was about 7 adults congregating in that house from neighbouring places, and 4 children as well. So, yeah.
And have you heard that the other person in the house and the dogs are okay now? Were they able to get on a boat and get out?
Yes, so our dogs were able to, Jordan and Sam's dogs were able to get onto the boat and to rescue. They're with us now.
Yeah. And considering how strongly the water was flowing, it probably would have been pretty dangerous in a boat trying to get people from there, huh?
And the rain has not given up. So the water was just pelting down on Sam while he was in the boat the whole time with trying to have the dogs. We didn't have any dog leads either. They were downstairs floating around. So we were cutting handbag straps and trying to, create leads and collars and things out of handbag straps in the middle of the night.
And Holly, do you understand that the water actually probably went above the floorboards on the first floor as well?
What do you mean, sorry?
That you were rescued from that first floor. Do you think the water, from what you've heard about the river levels, that the river has come up since you were rescued?
Well, we don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. It was, at about 6.4 metres at that point, but if it got to about 7, I would say that, it would be above. But we just have to wait and see. Yeah.
And what was it like that moment that you were winched to safety?
Surreal. It was surreal. Yeah, as I said, I never thought I would be in that situation before, but I'm so grateful for Air Police. So grateful. They are so amazing at their job. So incredible.
And what about the community rallying around now and people supporting each other?
Oh, absolutely amazing. We live in a beautiful community.
Yeah. Okay, Holly, thanks so much for having a chat to us. So sorry about what you've been through today, but thanks again for talking to us.